Hi everybody and welcome back to DLD Drum School. In this video we're going to have a look at a really simple but effective concept called accents. It comes from the word accentuate, to make something stand out, and basically when we think of an accent, just think of it musically as hitting a bit harder. The secret here is control, again with the grips. Make sure the sticks are doing what we want them to do. If you look at the exercise here that's up on the screen, we've got standard 4 beats in a bar and we're doing quaver beats with the snare drum. Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. And you see this little forward facing arrow on the very first snare drum. That's the notation for an accent. If you think of it, there's no rule to this, but basically the point of an accent is it needs to stand out. There's two ways of making something stand out. Either you make that note itself stand out above the crowd, and the other thing to think about is to help one note stand out, you could also think about maybe lowering the overall volume dynamic of the other notation that you're playing. It's all about that, what we call contrast, that separation between the dynamic, the volume of the accented notes versus the lower volume non-accented notes. So I'm going to do a little bit of both. So let's take this first technical exercise. We've got 8 quavers, right, left, and we're accentuating, putting an accent on the very first one. So if I do 4 straight bass drums as our metronome, for you just use your hands for this one. 2, 3, 4. So you can see physically I'm breaking that normal guideline of keeping our sticks low and bouncy, and I'm really coming up and whipping, cracking that snare drum. Now the secret with these accented notes is that we only want the accented note to be hit harder. A very common issue that people have is when the right hand gets used to hitting the first one harder, it'll continue to hit the next one quite hard and hard and hard, because the subconscious part of the brain says, oh, well, if we're hitting this one hard, I'm going to hit these other ones hard as well. So what I want you to focus on is making sure you only hit the one harder accent that you want to accentuate. As soon as you've hit that one harder, make sure you bring all the other ones level back down. We don't want this gradual reduction of dynamic. We want up for the big one, straight back down for the regulars. Right, so I'm really going to accentuate this. 3, 4. Look at the height of those sticks. And then look at the height when I hit the accent. So the second exercise, and we may as well look at all of these here, the second, third and fourth, all we're going to do, all of these accented exercises at the moment are all with our right hand. Further down the line we'll look at left hand as well, but for now just with the right hand. We're now going to put the accent on beat number 2. Now hopefully at this stage you're starting to realize what your own brain is going to want to do. Because it's got used to accenting on beat number 1, that's what it's going to want to continue to do. Well, that's what I always do. You have to be in charge. The front of your brain has to control what the back of the brain does, not the other way around. Okay, so now this is 1 and 2, and we're hitting on beat number 2 rather than 1. It goes like this: 3, 4. 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. Let's move that along now to beat number 3 and really emphasize now the accent on the 3, right? So hit it harder. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and finally on beat number 4. 1, 2, 3, whack. 1, 2, 3, 4. So practice with those 4 combinations on beats 1 and then 2 and 3 and 4. Also practice the transitions, mixing between them to stop your back of your brain assuming where it's going to be. Mix them up to keep your brain on its toes and make sure that your body does what you want it to do rather than what that voice in the back of your head is trying to do. So now that you're hopefully used to this, How do we apply this to the real world? Well, so far you've practiced it with quavers. It tends to be more effective when we actually use this with semiquavers, okay, with 16th notes. So just develop your own new practice exercise now, exactly the same, but put in the accent using semiquavers. So I'm going to go 4, 8, 12, 16, 16th notes, and I'm going to whack on beat number 1, and in this case, beat number 3. And now I'm going to mix that up and do exactly the same 4 beats in a bar, this time accenting on the beginning of the 2nd beat and the 4th beat. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Ready? 3, 4. Just mixing that up, get that nice sticking control, get those sticks moving so they are accenting when you want them to, and nice and level and smooth when we don't. So applying this in the real world now, once you get out of the practice mode and get used to that sticking control, this is the kind of thing where the drumming can really come alive. People think that you're doing something really incredible, but actually what you're doing is something simple like straight 16s with semiquavers on the snare drum, but just introducing these accents. So what I'm going to do now is just get flowing with these nice technical 16th notes on the snare drum. I'm going to start off by using no accents whatsoever, and then without stopping, I'm going to start to introduce them slowly but surely. The thing I want you to realize is I will be doing 16th semiquavers on the snare drum at the very start when it sounds nice and straightforward, and also at the end I'll be doing the same thing, but it will feel as if I'm doing something much more complicated. So straight 16s, I'll introduce bass drums as a metronome as well. Right hand accents. Now I'm going to bring in some left hand accents as well. We haven't done these in this lesson, but if you're feeling adventurous, this is the kind of thing we can introduce with right and left handed accents. And as I said at the beginning of that, you may think, well, what am I doing? Is it something incredible? No, it's just straight 16ths, Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. But I'm dropping in these accented notes musically wherever I see fit. If you're feeling really, really brave, let me show you what this can sound like if we just start to take it around the kit. Remember, I'm only doing Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, but I'm going to drop these 16th notes at different positions now, accented, and start to introduce these tones. 3, 4. So we can move these around. Just 16s, over and over and over and again, but bringing in those accents, bringing in that bit of variety, versatility around different parts of the kit. Have loads and loads of fun. Remember, always start off in practice mode. Always start really, really straightforward and basic. Build up the accuracy, build up the quality. Have that discipline and patience just to make sure that you've got that quality. And then when you're feeling comfortable, gently start to introduce these accented notes into your regular playing, into your regular fills. You can drop them in anywhere as you see fit, but always remember that golden rule number 3. When you're in practice mode, do whatever you like, go a bit crazy. But when you're in performance mode, it's essential that your drumming fits in with whatever you're accompanying. So thank you so much. Keep on practicing, keep on playing, and remember, everything you do, do it like a drummer. We'll see you in the next video.